Hello everyone, My Life is an RPG here, and if you're watching this video, you probably want to see more videos like this. And that is why I've launched a Patreon. Those of you who are new here, hi, I make content about science, about video games, general nerd subjects. I mostly post on TikTok, but I want to branch out. I cross-post to YouTube, I stream on Twitch every so often, and I've been doing this semi-full-time, which is to say a good part of my income comes from this and my sponsor Item Label, who makes this shirt and all of these plushies, but I still have to work side gigs in order to survive. And what I found is that those side gigs take up a lot of my time. That's time that I could be using to improve my content. So my goal with this Patreon is to supplement my income so that I could drop some of those side gigs and focus more on this content. I'm going to be doing this stretch goal style, which is to say every time I get a certain amount of monthly income, I'll have a certain amount more time to do more stuff with my content. The first thing I'll do is revamp my Discord. My Discord is a wasteland right now, and that's because it was made in the age when you needed 1 million bots to do anything. So I'm going to start it all from scratch. If we get to this goal, then people will have Discord exclusive roles that they will get for each tier of membership here. And there will be specific members-only sections of the Discord where you can chat with me, maybe play games with me, see me do my work in real time, stuff like that. At $500 a month, I'll be able to devote a good chunk of my time to streaming. That means streaming on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. I'd be attempting to keep a weekly schedule. Each time we hit one of these tiers, I'll add new perks to the Patreon memberships. For example, higher tiers of membership will be able to vote in polls for what games I stream. Or if I do a Jackbox night, we'll get like preferential treatment for getting into the room. At $750 a month, I will put a lot of money into upgrading my streaming setup. Meaning I'll get a camera that isn't just my old webcam. I may spend money on a VTuber model. I'll get a stream deck. I'll pay for custom emotes for my Twitch subscribers. I'll do a lot of Twitch integration that will allow you to interact with me more directly while I'm playing a game. But that takes a lot of effort, you know? At $1,000, I'll do a monthly podcast. A lot of people have expressed interest in podcasts. It will largely be a, what's hot in the news sort of format, whether that's, gaming news, science news, whatever. And I'll probably co-host it with whatever TikTok creator or other creator that I want to showcase that week. And my goal would be to introduce you all to a whole bunch of different creators that I know. Basically, pay it forward the podcast. The next tier is special events and reviews. At this point, I'll be making enough that I could focus on this as my permanent job. And so I will start doing the things that I did in my last job, which is to say reaching out to companies to get review copies of games, adding more text content to the Patreon, attempting to interview game devs. And when it comes to science stuff, I'll attempt to reach out to people who do the studies directly. I will basically turn this into a journalism gig along with everything else I'm doing. The next tier is long-form content. I want to do that. I want to make long-ass YouTube videos. But that probably takes the longest time. It's a lot of filming, it's a lot of getting B-roll, it's a lot of editing. So at that point, this Patreon has to be paying a lot of my bills. After that, we have giveaways. If everything stays how it is and I get this much money out of Patreon, I'm just gonna start giving away stuff monthly. I'll make special custom hot sauces for my higher tier memberships. You remember when I did the hot sauce videos? I'll sign stuff like game cases or arcade sticks. If I do a science video about catching lightning in a glass or something like that, I'll actually get a sample and I'll send it to someone. After giveaways, we have long form content upgrades. I'm just going to be 100 with you. I'm pretty poor. I have no professional equipment whatsoever. I don't even have a camera. Everything I've been doing has just been on my phone. If I hit that tier, I'm going to invest serious money in my long form content, which means a recording space, a green screen, a better camera, more than one camera so I could get different angles, better mics. Up next we have merch. We're already at tiers that I don't think I'll ever hit in this Patreon, but if you are that generous and I do manage to get there, yeah, I'll make t-shirts, I'll make hoodies with some of the dumb stuff that I've said on them, put some of the quick disturbing science facts that I've done on them, like how many roaches have likely crawled into your ear, how much of the ocean is whale excrement, do stuff with some of my characters like Jimmy Scales or something like that. After that, we have charity events and stunts. I've run charity events before. I've run tournaments, and we did a pretty good job. We raised quite a bit of money for charity. We raised, I think, a little over $5,000 for cancer, and we raised $15,000 for a couple trying to get out of Gaza. Now, these events take a ton of work, and a ton of time. It involves getting a lot of people together, working together. When it comes to online content creators, that's like herding cats. Like I said, if you guys are this generous, I will be able to just make this my full-time job. And so I will hold more charity tournaments. I will do 24-hour live streams. I will do stuff that is likely medically inadvisable for a good cause. And finally, anything above the highest tier that I could possibly conceive of is going to go toward a team. Which is to say, I'm not just going to hoard that money, I'm going to get other people who can help me out, such as a regular video editor that can edit my long-form videos for me, which will allow me to make them at a much quicker clip. Really don't want to be one of those creators that like pays their editor an exposure. I know that like so many creators do that, but like I've worked freelance my whole life. I know that that's fucking shitty. So if you guys give me enough money to pay someone, I'ma pay someone. I'm not looking to become filthy stinking rich off this Patreon. I just want to be able to eat my dinner, pay my rent, and hook up with like-minded creators who want to do cool stuff. So yeah, that's my Patreon, and that's the My Life as an RPG Patreon video. You can find a link to the Patreon in the place that you find links on TikTok and across all my other social media platforms. Thank you so much for your generosity, and thank you for supporting my content creation journey all of these years. And I hope with your help I could take the next step and make my content a little more professional than just filming myself with my iPhone in front of a wall of stuffed animals.